Femi Falana reacts after the President Tinubu's administration threatened to regulate social media. Exactly. Gbajabiamila came to Lagos to tell Nigerians that they must regulate social media for good governance and for policy-making purposes, to keep secrets. And everybody has blasted him for saying that. Now, Falana is coming out to say his own. Okay. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana's son has reacted after the President Tinubu's administration threatened to regulate social media. So his statement was contained in a post that was made on the official X handle of the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, on Friday. So Femi Falana, in a statement, urged the federal government to immediately withdraw the threat to regulate social media. According to the human rights lawyer, there is no basis for the federal government to make such decision, stating that the Court of Appeal has made it clear in the case of Atowanko. Wow. I urge Tinubu administration to immediately withdraw the threat to regulate the social media. There is no basis for it, as the Court of Appeal made it clear in the case of Atowanko, the state 1985 6 NCLR 2228, as criticism is indispensable in a democratic society. Olataura JCA in that case charged the Nigerian people to defend their hard-won freedom of expression at all times. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana's son, I urge Tinubu administration to immediately withdraw the threat to regulate the social media. There is no basis for it, as the Court of Appeal made it clear in the case of Atomanko. Okay, the case stated. So, yes, as criticism is indispensable in a democratic society, Olataura JCA in that case charged the Nigerian people to defend their hard-won freedom of expression at all levels. That is it. So now it means that all eyes are on the federal government now to see exactly what they're going to do about that. And I'm sure if Falana is already citing a case that has established the fact that Nigerians have a right to, defend their freedom of expression, which they did not get cheap from the time of military. Okay, so you should so they should withdraw that threat effective immediately. Otherwise, it means it will be contempt of court, because a court of competent jurisdiction had actually put that situation or that case to rest by passing that judgment and encouraging Nigerians or urging Nigerians to defend their freedom. Okay, so the Freedom of Speech or Freedom of Information Act and all of that put together says that Nigerians have a right to criticize the government, and it's clearly stated there that criticizing government is indispensable in the time of democracy because it's part of governance, really part of governance, I tell you. All right, so and there are a few comments here people have written in response to what Femi Falana is saying. And somebody said, if you administer the country well, you don't need to entertain any fear. Is that the renewed hope promised Nigerians? Is that the renewed hope agenda you promised Nigerians? There are bad eggs everywhere in every profession and group of people. It is through the social media that we, government, can feel the pulse of the Nigerian people. Okay? Know the impact of the administration, positively and otherwise. Many other things go on that the president might not be aware of by lack of proper briefing. So please leave the social media to operate itself freely, because the social media exposed those who are corrupt in the Nigeria. We said the social media, because the judiciary is currently of no value to us. Social media is the place to get good news. Now, even the mainstream media get some of their news now from the social media as well. Because the way it is that once something is happening, before the mainstream media will put itself together to start doing recording and coverage, social media has recorded it and has transmitted it ahead. So more people are still making comment on this. Somebody said one of the characteristics of an emperor. I am not disappointed. Some citizens predicted this development. Have oh boy. Some citizens predicted this development that they are going to stay for social media. You could not regulate food and insecurity. Temple, a beg, pack weller, not be smart, And know the incompetent and clueless Tinubu will not be able to stand the heat of this misrule. And now he will know that Nigeria and Nigerians, are a hard nut to crack. I thought he claims to be a democracy activist. He's not. That is the truth. Everybody there will want to secure himself, so I'm sure he's going to secure himself. He wants to make sure he stifles social media so that all the secrets of the things they are doing in Aso Rock will not come, and that is why they want to block the social media. But it's not going to be possible. Okay, social media needs some regulation. Before our very eyes, we witness people who are just out for pure mischief. This person must be part of the Ecuadorians, and that's why he's saying that. All over the world, it's regulated, but for the interest of information management and the information protection and data protection, and not to stop people from speaking. Who can have a regulation more than places like UK, but people are still protesting in London. Things are still coming out on social media. Okay, so you never can say United States the same thing, Canada is the same thing. So what are you saying? Social media is a global thing. It's not a Nigerian thing. So there's a limit to what you can do. Social media is exposing their corruption and injustice. So they are not happy with people who have discovered their evil ways. Exactly. Because the truth is that the mainstream media is not able to handle this. In fact, what the mainstream media is transmitting to the public is edited information and publications. But the social media is bringing it out raw, unedited, the way it is. Before you say Jack Robinson says somebody nearby has taken the record and has published it, then there's nothing you will do about it. It's gone viral. So the fear of social media is the beginning of wisdom. Even APC is now scared of this social media thing. I tell you the truth. Criticism is part of the game of life. It can only help one to make corrections. That is it. But if they accept it wholeheartedly, they're not ready to accept it. Okay? They're not ready to accept it. Somebody said Mileko is confused. He'll not be smarting. The guy is confused. So that is what is happening at this moment. Thank you for listening. And let's have your comment on this issue of regulating the social media. Just like, what is his name? Falana is already standing ground and has also made reference to a case that has settled that issue, and nobody will go to social media anymore to go and say they want to block it. People will continue to use social media. You cannot stop people from expressing themselves, and you cannot block people from saying what they want to say. That is it. If you don't want people to criticize you, then begin to do well. It's only the wicked that fears accusation. Okay, it's only the guilty that fears accusation. The pure-minded will not worry because he will have nothing to hide. That is how it works. So APC better go and learn to do well. That is the thing. Go and learn to do well. Do well, and it shall be well with you. So that is it. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comments.